Welcome to Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this because, again, there was a comment made, post made, and I wanted to show you guys because I'm really, really sick and tired of hearing this conversation. And actually, I'm going to have a couple bit more because I really want to express the importance of listening to the AMAs, listening to when Arthur Brock, and not having a bias when you're listening, not trying to hear what you want to hear, but actually listening to what they have to say and making a proper judgment. All right, here we go. Okay, so Tan Dimos de Ramos, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. There was a post said Holofuel will be the new gold of the digital age, and people will come in line to purchase it when it costs more than $2 per unit. Understand. Somebody said, what do you think will happen to HOT when Holofuel is available? For a while, will serve as a bridge for the people to redeem Holofuel, and later gradually will lose its utility, will turn into a casino token like a meme, retreat from circulation completely, or the team will find some utility for it, but I don't expect to have I don't expect that to happen. So okay. This is, and I'm not trying to be mean to you, Tan de Ramos. I'm really not. I'm just trying to express their importance. I've been harping on people to watch the AMAs, listen to what they're saying, do reading. People, I have expressed this multiple times. You have got to do your own research. And if your own research does not have you watching the AMAs where they're specifically talking about HOT and Holofuel, I don't know how to help you. And this is not just for you, Tan de Ramos, because it seems like you're interested, like you're into the Holofuel ecosystem. The Holofuel Holochain ecosystem, and that's totally cool. That's totally fine. That's awesome. But the reality of it is there are way too many other people, including you, there's so much confusion. But it's not confusion, and you guys know how I like to get onto the Holo organization. But they've been extremely clear on what's about to happen with the HOT and Holofuel token. And I'm going to continue reading this. Holopaka say, Paka HC says, HOT will always be here, and you will always be able to swap. The only difference is that after 6 months period to swap is not one-to-one anymore. I agree with that. But Tan says, judging by what Arthur Brock said much earlier in a podcast, was that after finishing its placeholder utility, he didn't see HOT have a specific role except speculation. Wow. So we're talking about the same person. We're going to get into this, and I'm going to go into more a little bit later, because what I'm about to show you guys is not from Arthur Brock, although he has made a lot of statements. But I'm going to go back. I got to do a little bit more digging because, you guys know he doesn't really talk as much. But I have heard him say and seen, so I'm going to have to listen to other AMAs for you guys so that you can actually see or listen to and hear what I'm hearing. And you judge for yourselves. And I say, no, Arthur Brock stated in multiple tweets and in the AMAs that HOT will perform more as a store of value, as Holofuel will be more for a medium of exchange. Also note that if HOT goes away, there will be no need for exchange in Holofuel. It will be in their reserve, so the value will be there. Right. So so let me. This is a little bit short, so it might have been confusing. But let me explain what I'm saying here. If the Holo organization is willing to receive something and give you Holofuel, that means that whatever they're giving you, there's going to be an exchange, right? An exchange of value. I am giving you Holofuel. You give us HOT, we give you Holofuel. That's going to be in the beginning. Then, as time moves forward, after the 6 months or however long it's going to be, because we don't really know how long it's going to be. By the judgment of where humanity is going, it's going to take these idiots a whole longer time to be able to understand what the hell's going on. But after 6 months, it's going to be 1-on-1. For 6 months, it's going to be 1-on-1. And then after that, who knows? So, am I telling you guys a lie? Am I just telling you this out of my rear end? No, of course I'm not. So I've got a couple of examples for you guys, and we're going to pay attention to a couple. Now, here we go. This is AMA number 39, and this is their special that they had. See down below? Holofuel special, part 1 with Mary Camacho and David Atkinson. There's other AMAs where they talk about Holofuel and HOT, where Arthur Brock puts his 2 cents in. I will find that and I will get back to you guys because I want to back up what I say. But this is 2 different episodes. I need you guys to pay attention because even Arthur Brock stated in a long tweet. Oh my goodness. He stated in a long tweet, hey, HOT will have its purpose. Okay, let's listen to this. I'm going to put myself on mute so you guys can listen to this, okay?
A diagram for this. It might have been better, but so the basically, let's start with this. The mechanism for the swap is going to be via our HOT reserve account. So HOT holders will be able to swap to Holofuel immediately upon our beta mainnet launch of the Holo hosting platform. And really what swap means is that they're guaranteed a 1-to-1 unit swap. And this is going to be in place for no less than 6 months. So typically, I want to do a little aside here before I keep going. Typically, the way that our HOT reserve works, when people are buying Holofuel at the HOT reserve, what they're doing is they're using HOT, which is a token, to purchase Holofuel. And we call it a swap because we're guaranteeing 1-to-1 equivalence. But even after that, they'll be able to, the actual HOT reserve is actually going to stay open beyond that 6-month period or guaranteed 1-to-1 period. And this is so that we will have a bridge into Holofuel. We don't know exactly, I mean, I think we talked about this, we don't know exactly when Holofuel will be on exchanges. We've been talking to different exchanges. We expect it to be on different exchanges, but we don't know how fast that will be once we get into our mainnet. And so that's up to some of the other, some of the exchanges put in, because they're going to have to run a Holofuel node.
I'm going to stop right there. So she's saying that, again, they don't know when Holofuel is going to be on exchanges. I don't believe Holofuel is going to be on exchanges. And if it is on exchanges, this is me personally. This is not the truth. They're obviously saying that Holofuel is going to be exchanges. So this is only my opinion. Definitely not fact. The fact of the matter is that it sounds like Holofuel is going to be exchanges. I just don't know how Holofuel is going to be on exchanges because of the fact that there's once it's on the exchanges, then you allow the big money guys to come in and say, okay, well, we can go ahead and we can buy as much Holofuel as we can. Once it's on exchanges, people can buy as much Holofuel as they want. Not necessarily to pay other people for credits, but just to hold it, just as a placeholder for value. That's not what it's meant for, but they're going to do it anyways. That just is what it is. And then when it comes to as far as HOT is concerned, the same thing has happened and will continue to happen with HOT. I've already made a video about HOT and Holofuel. I'm not going to get into all of that. That's not what this is about. So I'm going to go ahead and press play real quick.
In order to do that. So they have some thinking about it to do as well. And some of them are really excited about it. That's great. But we can't make any guarantees on that. So our HOT reserve really is the entrance into the Holo hosting network via Holofuel. So, post-launch, we're going to announce the beginning of the 6-month period. While anybody can purchase Holofuel with HOT at the reserve account, only hosts who have proof of service for hosting can redeem Holofuel for HOT. So let me say that a different way. The direction where people want to swap HOT into Holofuel will be available immediately, and anybody who has HOT can swap or purchase Holofuel with hot. The other direction, if you want to go from Holofuel to hot, that is only for hosts. So the way this is structured is that hosts get paid in Holofuel, and when they do that, they have proof of service logs, essentially. Our service logger app keeps those, and you have to have service logs in addition to Holofuel to be able to go the other direction and get hot redeemed for the Holofuel.
Okay, so what does this mean? Right? It means that if you are purchasing and you're swapping your hot into Holofuel, you better be using the Holofuel to be hosting to pay a host. That's what it's used for. That's what you better be using it for. Because guess what? If you swap your hot into Holofuel, you ain't going to be able to switch it back. And that's where people are confusing everybody. She's clearly saying it. So I don't understand why there's so much confusion as to what's going on here. And oh yeah, by the way, we're going to get into hot, okay? We're really going to get into hot.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Makes sense. Okay, Mary, there's a couple of live questions that have come in that I think will be helpful clarification. So one, just really simple one. One is, will the 1% be around forever? So
Yes.
I think that person's referring.
All right, sorry if you guys heard double there. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into what was said before. Oh, David. No, this is I did not mean to do this. Honestly, I did not mean to do this. I just paused it. But if you guys listen to what's happening here, I'm gonna press play. Please, 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 once again, listen to what she's saying. Now that was 39. This is number 40. This is part 2. Okay, listen closely.
Just if I want to turn that Holofuel into another currency back, either in hot or turn it into US dollars, but I haven't earned the fuel through hosting.
Well, sure. First of all, hot's not going anywhere.
What was that she just said? Did she say hot was going somewhere? Did she say hot was not going to be used? Hold on, let's listen to that again.
Sure. First of all, hot's not going anywhere. We don't have a plan we have a plan actually to use it as the onboard to Holofuel and to keep using it after the one-to-one swap goes away. So it's not like your hot is just going to disappear. And in fact, I think a lot of people may decide just to keep hot instead of swapping into Holofuel. We need some hot swapped into Holofuel to kickstart the process. And we know that a lot of people who have hot right now are going to they're part of the ecosystem. They're part of the hosting ecosystem. So it will be going in. But there's lots of options, I think. And I think that whether you're in hot or Holofuel, there will be opportunities for exchange. And so right now the liquidity is in hot because that's what the exchanges have. But we already have said that, we're in these conversations. We have exchanges that want to have Holofuel, and they will. It's a matter of just when they have it. So will they have it the day one of beta? Not necessarily, but hopefully not everybody who's invested right now wants to get out of it day one of beta. So that would be not a good scenario for any project, right? So this is a real long-term investment. It's going to be gaining value, I believe. So I shouldn't be saying this. This is shut myself up here, right? But I'm building. I'm part of building something big. I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't like if it didn't have real value in the world, right? And that's kind of what I'm getting at. When you're building real value in the world, it doesn't happen in an overnight way. It happens through the growth of the project and the adoption and the ecosystem growth and other people doing it. And because it's distributed, this is about a whole bunch of other people putting themselves into a business modality, because every host and every publisher are part of that. They're running their own businesses. I mean, it's a business to business.
All right, you guys, you heard it yourself. This is again, I'm not going to harp on this. You people are nice people. The Holochain community, you guys are nice. We're all here to win, right? We're all here to be a part of Holochain. We're all here to be part of Holo. But let me make something clear, okay? Your goal, if you have three people who have three different goals, and I've stated this in the past. Yes, you want Holofuel to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. That's wonderful. It's not happening anytime soon as the sole currency or microcurrency for microtransactions. It's just not. And when you're talking about HOT, especially in the beginning, people are going to say, okay, well, I've hosted, I've hosted a lot of websites. I've been hosting for months. I got, 18 million. I'm just throwing out a number. 18 million Holofuel. And now I want to change it out. And I want to get back and I want to go buy food and groceries or be able to pay my bills with what I'm hosting with. They're not going to be doing it with Holofuel anytime soon. They're going to be doing it. In order for them to get out, they're going to be like, well, thank you very much. I will exchange my Holofuel and receive my HOT. That's what it's going to be in the beginning. And then as time moves forward, it's going to be like, I have all of these credits. I'm going to exchange my Holofuel. But wait, I have options in the reserve account. I don't just have to get HOT. I can get Ethereum, Bitcoin, whatever's in the reserve account. I can get my local CBDC. I'm just saying it's true. If it's going to be in their basket of currencies, they can have a lot of currencies. People, we have to face reality on how things are. And I'm trying to give you guys the truth, not just from how I see it. Actually, I don't have any choice but to tell you the truth from how I see it. But people, I'm trying to provide you truth. I'm no longer in the days, I don't have to persuade. I don't have to try. I don't have to do this. I don't have to, excuse me. I'm not trying to persuade people to be like, oh, well, yeah, purchase a bunch of HOT so I can get rich and HOT gets to $5. First off, one, I'm just one human being. Two, I don't have to do that. This isn't a multi-level marketing scheme. I'm not trying to get you to purchase or buy something just so I can have a lot of money. I'm just trying to get you to fully understand that if you're going to be invested or in a project, you need to fully understand what's happening and what's going on. And part of that, most of that, is happening with you paying attention to the AMAs. If you are involved in this project, if you're just getting in this project and have no idea what the hell's going on, read the project. Read what's going on with Holochain. Listen to the AMAs. Do you guys know I still go back and listen to the AMAs of the past up until now? Why? Not all of them, obviously. Why? Because I want to make sure I have a good idea. What were their intentions are? Has any of their intentions changed since then? What is happening within the Holo organization? Look, those things help you. That's how you learn. That's how you move forward, and that's how you adjust yourself. This was 3 years ago. This wasn't 10 years ago. This isn't 8 years ago. This was only 3 years ago. By the way, what happened 3 years ago? Yes, you guys, that is absolutely correct. There was a halvening. Halvening had happened shortly after that. I believe like 6 months, 7 months to a year after that. So, look, people, I'm just trying to get you to understand that you got to do your research. It is extremely important. I'm not trying to be this, I know it all. Because actually, to be honest with you guys, I just pay attention to the AMAs. I just read a lot about Holochain and HOT and Holofuel. And I look at different perspectives because I want to be able to understand this project through and through and through so I can believe in the project. And the more I do my research, the more I believe in the project, the more confident I am. But a lot of these things don't happen until when we're on here, when we're on here and we're making comments, like, I'm sorry, but what store of value are you talking about? When it could be speculated up and down with Bitcoin and buyers and sellers, it beats to the ground the fundamentals of MCC Holofuel to fight speculation and volatility and be useful, predictable, with the value for payments. This one says exactly for everyone saying HOT will be used to start learning about something before spreading false information. It saddens me how many false information is being spread online by Holochain. And this person says, Dan says 10 says learn where the change you speaking about is very recent, actually, like a change of mind. Somehow it signals we using the blockchain currency because it's still needed when we have the currency of currencies in exchange. Look, I understand what is utility of HOT after exchange. I understand that Tande Ramos loves Holochain. I don't blame him at all. Or her. It could be a guy. Sorry. I don't blame you at all. As a matter of fact, I encouraged all of this. But we cannot make comments to where this project is already difficult to understand. And we're making it more and more difficult. Okay. Hello, Apaka. I usually follow people that follow me, usually. And so, especially within the Holochain community. That's why I follow Tande Ramos, because he does make a lot of great points. Okay? So, it's not like I'm just trying to bash this individual, but what I'm trying to say is very, very important for us to do our research. Okay? All right, you guys. I gotta go. I'm going to continue. I'm going to find where Arthur Brock talks about HOT and Holofuel and Eric Harris Braun. Won't get into it right now. So, I'm going to go ahead and go. But anyway, as I always say, do your own research, do your own research, do your own research. And last but not least, above all else, please, you guys, let's come together. Let's be safe, okay? Let's just be safe. Bye, you guys.